Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of What's Driving Token Prices. I'm your host, Katie Talati, Director of Research at Arca. For those joining us for the first time, I'm responsible for identifying and analyzing digital asset and blockchain opportunities for Arca's funds. As part of our research, my team and I examine token prices and the market events that act as catalysts for price change. Based on our research and market events over the past week, here's some notable token price movements and what we think drove these moves. As a reminder, this commentary is not intended to be investment advice, investment research, or an investment recommendation. Please consult your investment professional for your own circumstances. Okay, well, it has definitely been an insane week. If you've missed what's been going on, the market has really not been doing so hot. We have had some, kind of headline news. There's this big Israel-Iran conflict that kind of started to boil over last Friday. As the only market open on the weekend, crypto really suffered, and we've seen losses across the board in the last 2 weeks, anywhere from 30 to 40, 50% sometimes. And Bitcoin has been flirting with the below 60K level today. So it's definitely a bit of a bloodbath out there, but there's still things going on. Hong Kong just approved spot Bitcoin and spot ETH ETFs, which is also potentially could help buoy the market in the long run. And if you haven't forgotten, Friday is the Bitcoin halving, so they're expecting it late Friday. I guess we'll see what happens after that. And that just means, by the way, for those who aren't familiar, every 4 years, Bitcoin's supply emissions from mining gets cut in half. And so when Bitcoin started, it was 50 Bitcoin per block mined, went down to 25, then 12 and a half, and now it's at 6.25, and it's going to be cut in half again in 2 days. So a lot of people look at this as a really good event in terms of increasing Bitcoin's price long term. We shall see what happens. I don't expect anything immediate to take place, but it's something to look forward to, hopefully. But I got some other tokens to talk about besides Bitcoin, so we shall jump right in. So we're first going to talk about Uniswap. So Uniswap, which is the top decentralized exchange, has been frequently in the headlines in the past week, starting with an announcement that they received a Wells notice from the SEC. So if you're not familiar with this concept, a Wells notice is a letter from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC, and it sends to basically people or firm at the conclusion of an SEC investigation that states the SEC is planning to bring an enforcement action against them. So not the best thing for any crypto project to receive, obviously. Hayden Adams, Uniswap's founder, quickly communicated the news to the public, causing many to believe that this would hurt Uniswap's future business opportunities. Hours after the announcement, Uniswap Labs also quietly raised the fees for using Uniswap's front end and user interface, which we talked about a couple of months ago. They used to not charge any fees on the front end. And then recently they decided to introduce a small swap fee if you were using their website versus using like an aggregator or using like the smart contracts directly. And they actually increased the fee from 15 basis points or 0.15% to 25 basis points or 0.25%. On a more positive note, though, Uniswap did announce that they're collaborating with interoperability project Across Protocol to create a new cross-chain ERC20 standard for cross-chain swaps. Unfortunately, the Wells notice is definitely sitting heavy on this particular project, and it is down 37% in the last week. Okay, next we will talk about Chainlink. So last week, Chainlink, which is the decentralized Oracle project, launched Transporter, which is an app that moves tokens and messages via its CCIP protocol. So we'll back up for a minute. The app basically supports transfers and messages between a bunch of different chains, including Arbitrum, Avalanche, Base, BNB Chain, Ethereum, Optimism, and Polygon. So Chainlink, which launched quite a while ago, they're an old crypto project. Well, they've been around for a while, but they launched in 2019, and they've largely focused to date on providing off-chain data to on-chain products, which is known as Oracle services. But they've more recently been kind of expanding into this interoperability space, and with the creation of their cross-chain interoperability protocol, or CCIP for short. So the Transporter app that launched is basically a front-end ability to access that protocol on the back end. And it just shows that, Chainlink is going further into this space as we move along. So Chainlink also down quite a bit with the market, down 22% for the week. Okay, cool. So we're also going to talk about StepIn. So StepIn is a move to earn game, and they announced on Monday a partnership with Adidas to issue Adidas branded collectibles through their game. So StepIn, they grew in popularity in kind of like early 2022. They're based on Solana. Basically, they had this move to earn game where users were rewarded for with tokens for going on walks or doing any exercise, and it became very popular. But it didn't really have a lasting effect, just because it's very cyclical in terms of like you needed new users to continuously join and walk for rewards in order for the older users to get rewarded. So they've definitely like been trying to revamp themselves, and it very cool to see a Web3 brand get into the space with these types of partnerships. As part of the partnership, though, StepIn's going to raffle off co-branded Genesis sneakers, or which are going to be NFT assets, along with offering other perks for users who own these sneakers. So we will see how that does. They are also down for the week, down 18%. Okay, finally, we're going to talk about BitTensor. So BitTensor is a decentralized version of OpenAI, essentially, and they were listed on both Binance and Crypto.com last week, thus opening up access to their token Tau, which was previously pretty difficult to acquire. BitTensor or Tau, they use tokenization to incentivize machine learning models to join its network and provide AI services to end applications. So, like I said, basically you can think of it as decentralized OpenAI. The network has expanded rapidly in the past year as use cases for AI have exploded. The company now boasts several applications, including a ChatGPT replacement, an image manipulation and generation application, and a proprietary trading network, among other use cases. So pretty cool. And obviously AI has been doing really well. They're only down 16% for the week. All right, that's all I got for you guys this week. I hope you enjoyed our insights. Tune in here again next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific to hear what's driving token prices.